Hey, what's up everyone? Tim here from Everyday Tactical Vids, and today we're looking at this, which is the Minuteman from Blade Runner Systems. Okay, as we start off here, I'm going to roll in some photos of the Blade Runner Systems website, and I've got a link down below in the description section if you want to check out their website to learn more about them, what other products they have. They basically started off focusing on balisong knives, and now they've expanded out into other things. Really cool to check out their history. Click on the About section and you can learn about kind of their thoughts and their feelings about knives in general and just kind of the knife community. They're definitely a company that is not just about let's pump out products, but they want to make good products, and they also really, it seems like they really love the knife community, which is really cool. They're not just about getting things out into the market. They want to be a part of the entire knife community, build friendships, build relationships in that area. So the Minuteman is part of their Evolve line, and this is the box it comes in. And then inside here, you get your own, let me put it this way, Evolve case, and then the knife comes inside. It does come with a cleaning cloth, and they put in some stickers as well. Let me show you the knife again. So that's what it looks like. And basically you're talking about titanium all around, and then S35VN for your steel. So titanium handle, titanium clip, titanium coating. They're calling this, I think, a curved Warncliffe style blade. So just take a look at that right there. When I first saw this, when they first contacted me and I saw the knife, I thought this has a Brous Blades type feel to it, which I like Brous's, you know, Jason Brous's knives in general. So I think it's got kind of a similar look to that. Very kind of urban and industrial look. So, you know, some knives have a very organic feel. This is much more urban and industrial in my opinion. Just show you a couple things. There's your pocket clip. Rides pretty deep. I mean, you're talking about, I don't know, maybe half an inch sticking out above your pocket. You can see it is reversible, so you can put that on either side. And then again, I'll look at the knife for you. Your end-to-end length is 7.75 inches. Your blade length is 3.5 inches. Your weight for this knife is 4.2 ounces. This is designed to be a sleek-looking EDC knife. Let me just show you the spacer there so you can see what that looks like. It is a frame lock. You know, when you get a knife, when you buy a knife, when you are interested in reviewing knives, for me, one of the most important things to start thinking about is, what is the knife designed for? You know, some knives are multi-use knives, some knives are camping knives, some knives are hunting knives, some knives are EDC knives. This to me is clearly an EDC knife. I'll show you what it looks like in use doing some EDC tasks, but I would say this is the type of knife, you know, a person who wants to use it for EDC tasks, yes, it's going to do that, but also just it's a classy looking knife. It does have a bearing system at the pivot. Now, one thing I found is that the way the hole is cut for deployment, my thumb, I mean, I've tried this again and again, and I've finally gotten the hand of how to get it deployed that way. The bearing just needed to get loosened up after a while, so you can deploy it that way. And for me, this is not looking like a self-defense knife to me ultimately, so I don't need to, you know, deploy it really quickly. For 99% of the time, I'm not going to have to do that. So that's what your deployment looks like. Let me roll in some footage here of this knife in use. So it's going to do all your EDC tasks, you know, just fine. Cutting cardboard, cutting, you know, cordage, things like that. Yeah, it's going to do the job. And S35VN is a great steel. It's going to stay sharp for a long time. It's going to be corrosion resistant overall. So, you know, I always remind people, even the highest grade stainless steel, you want to make sure that you wipe your knives down and maybe put a little bit of oil in them at the end. You have to do that less with a stainless steel than with a, you know, let's say like a straight up carbon steel or something like that. But you know, don't throw it in a bucket of water and then expect to come back in a couple months and pick it up and have no issues. Anyhow, that being said, when it comes to EDC knives, for me, you know, A, it's got to function, it's got to work. B, it's got to fit into my price point. And then, let's be honest, C, we want it to fit into the style that we like for knives. I don't want a knife that I look at and I'm like, I think this thing's ugly, and I don't want to carry it around. This thing, I think, has some really, it's kind of a cool look. Again, futuristic, urban, industrial is definitely the style for this. If you want something, you know, that doesn't have that look and feel, then you probably want to go a different direction. One thing I find in the knife community is that people often like to have a story behind their outdoor knife, their EDC knife, whatever it is. So take like CRKT for example. They are making production knives, but they have designers who use their customs as the kind of the standard, and then they make a production version of the custom. And that's because people like the story often behind the knife and the designer and why they built it and things like that. So I think one of the cool things about Blade Runner Systems is that they have a history, they've got a connection to the knife community, and you know, you've got a little bit of a story, like you're supporting a company that supports the knife community, and you know, it's a cool knife, it's going to function well, all those things. But even the fact they like send it in a box, they send you some stickers, they've got the history of their company on the website. I just think that's cool. I just think that's cool. Now, you're looking at about $189, you know, $190 around there for this knife. For some people, that's just like, nope, I'm gonna spend 30 bucks or 20 bucks or 80 bucks, whatever it is. So this might just put it out of a price range for you. So these guys, for at least a couple years, I think at least 2017 and 2018, and maybe even longer, have been sponsors of the Bally Song competition that Blade HQ has put on at Blade Show. And so, yeah, again, they're not just like out there pushing products. They're wanting to be part of the knife community, making high-end stuff, good quality gear. I will tell you that, you know, you're not going to find a ton on their website that's like super cheap, that's going to run you 20, 30 bucks. They just make higher end stuff. And so this won't be for everybody, but for somebody who wants to invest in a knife, you know, this is one I would encourage you to check out, the Minuteman. Again, particularly if you like that style. I do like that style. I've got a threshold when it gets too futuristic and I'm like, I feel kind of like this is like from a Terminator movie or something like that. Then I'm like, no, I'm not into that. But this is at that edge of modern, futuristic, industrial that I like. So you'll see this knife, you know, on Instagram, Facebook, other places where I'm posting pictures of what I'm carrying for an EDC knife. So one last thing I want to mention about the knife is that you can see on this side, maybe you can see right down there, yeah, it says China. So the knife is made in China. This is a really interesting time. So it is June 2018 and we're starting to deal with questions of tariffs and things like that between the US and China. So we'll see what that looks like for the future. I'm thinking about companies that get their steel from China or who manufacture their knives over in China. This is going to be an interesting time going forward. So we'll see what that relationship between the US and China looks like, and in particular how that affects knife companies who are, you know, working across the border. So that'll be interesting. Just want to let you know that the knife is made in China. Now I'll just say, you know, some people, they're like, nope, USA made only, it's got to be all USA sourced. Cool, if that's you, then obviously this is not going to be the knife for you. But it is an interesting time to be in American history, and particularly knife history within America, to see how the trade wars and such may impact where we're going in the future. All right guys, as we wrap up here, I want to ask you a couple of things. Leave a comment down below if you own anything from Blade Runner Systems, or if you've interacted with them as a company before. I'd love to hear what your experience is like, and let other people read the comments as well. So go ahead and leave a comment down below, and let's hear what you think about the Minuteman knife from Blade Runner Systems. Thanks as always for checking out the videos. I'm going to ask you to click that red subscribe button if you haven't done that already, and then click the little bell so you can get notifications when new videos come out here on YouTube. Also want to let you know we're on social media: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, and Vero as well. And as I always tell you guys, more videos coming soon. Take care.